we are going ahead with few more topics, particularly with relevance to the current affairs in relation to science and technology topics, which we have covered already.
Murali garu, we have two candidates who are appearing in this June 27th examination.
Padma Reddy is one.
And Sai Charan.
Sai Charan, yeah.
And Parli also will attend, sir. Parli also will attend.
She will get an experience.
Yes.
How is that?
Yeah,
Next
Parli will
year.
get
Next year.
will get experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Please.
first we are going with the topic air bubble. Air bubble. This air bubble, you would have seen in recent papers also, Singapore was thinking of creating a bubble in their airport. It is simply related to that, but in a broader sense. Air bubble is an arrangement between 10 countries to start, it's a temporary arrangement between 10 countries to start commercial flight services because of this COVID-19. Till now, majority of the countries know international services were not there. Wherever the particular country's citizens are unable to come back to their own country, every country was operating a kind of an aircraft which is meant to go from that country, pick up people who want to come back to the native country, and then no flight was coming. That there, for other persons, journey was not, ticket was not issued to other persons. Only a country's airplane is sent for a specific purpose to bring back the citizens who are stranded in other countries for various reasons. Now, this air bubble is different in the sense it is normalizing the commuting between the countries in a commercial scale. So one particular aspect now which appealed to me, a difference. Atmanirbhar program, Vande Bharat mission. In Vande Bharat mission, India was sending aircraft to other countries to bring back its citizens. But this air bubble is a commercial arrangement, temporary agreement between 10 countries to allow flight services normally and to allow other countries' flights also for any kind of a journeys. Suppose in Vande Bharat only they have to board the Indian flight, but whereas in this air bubble program, any country's citizen want to come to India, they can take an Indian flight, they can come by their flight, or the people stranded in those countries, those 10 countries, Indian citizens want to come back to India, there they can take the other countries' flights also. That's the difference. This difference, why I am mentioning this difference is that twisting a question is possible whether you really know the difference between Vande Bharat mission and then air bubble program. That way, if anybody is drifting, unless you have a crystal clear clarity, you will not be able to answer. You tend to make a mistake. That's it. The 10 countries are, quickly I read out, you need not remember. USA, Canada, France, Germany, UK, Maldives, UAE, Qatar, Afghanistan, and Bahrain. The agreement was there till 2020, but it is going to be extended. Both countries' airlines are allowed to operate, unlike Vande Bharat mission. Clear? Next is Air India One. Air India One is a VVIP airplane meant for the travel of only 3 persons in India. It's an Indian VVIP airplane meant for commuting only 3 persons in India, President, Vice President, and the Prime Minister. It is stationed in Indira Gandhi International Airport, Delhi. Recently, it was sent to US for retrofitting. That means now some of the features were added to the old plane. Same plane was being used. It's not a new plane purchased by India. The plane which was being used, additional features were added to the existing plane. That's called retrofitting. The type of airplane is Boeing 777-300 ERS. It is 2018 make. The features are, there is a missile warning system. There is a self-defending system, auto defending system for the airplane. All devices which are required to meet these two features are fitted to the plane by US. That's called retrofitting. And one more important feature of this is, Air India pilots are not, they are not the pilots for this. Indian Air Force pilots only operate Air India One. Whereas all other planes which are operated by VAPs in India, their Air India's pilot services will be taken. But here, particularly in this Air India One, only senior Air Force pilots are only taken. Clear? Then yesterday, while I was mentioning TB, tuberculosis disease, half information is given. Remaining half was with me, because we were hurried to complete the topic, and that too came in the end. I could not complete it. Now I am giving the remaining points of it. I told you about what is the causative organism, and then what are different types of TB. One is a multi-drug resistant TB, and then other thing is normal TB, multi-drug resistant TB, and then extensively drug resistant TB. These three. Now, what is the additional information is that this deadly disease has killed by 2019, it killed 1.4 million people all over the world. That is the intensity of the disease, that is the effect of the disease. What is the India's initiative to fight TB? Here, in the static information which I have given yesterday, a question will not come in the prelims, I am sure. If it only they are framing a question, that question will be framed in the information which I am going to give you now, because this has got a continuity with that. What is the Indian initiative to fight TB? Elimination of TB by 2025. India's goal is to eliminate TB in the whole country by 2025. Whereas World Health Organization has set a deadline of 2030 for elimination of TB in the world. Then there are 4 programs India has initiated. One is Nikshay, NIKSHAY, Nikshay. Nikshay ecosystem is one program. It is nothing but a national TB information system data of parents in the country. It is only the data of TB patients in the country. That is Nikshay ecosystem. The other one is Nikshay Poshana Yojana. Same NIKSHAY, Nikshay. Poshana Yojana, POSHAN, Poshan in the word. Poshana Yojana. It is to provide financial support for TB patients, particularly to aid for nutrition. Malnutrition is one of the reason. They need to have very strong food, and people may not have this. Poor people will not have, if they are contracted with TB, they will not have ample resources to take quality food. Here, Nikshay Poshan Yojana is coming to their rescue. It is supporting the TB patients with quality nutrition. Financial support is given there. The third one, TB Harega Desh Bachega program. It is launched in September 19. Elimination, this is a simple elimination program in accordance with its target of elimination by 2025. Next is Saksham project. Again, no, same thing for TB. Saksham project. SAKSHAM. Saksham project is operated by TIS, Tata Institute of Social Sciences. It's a TIS initiative. It supports the psychological and social counseling for extremely drug resistant TB patients. You see, every point is separate by itself. Saksham program operated by Tata Institute of Social Sciences is aimed at providing psychological and social counseling for extremely drug resistant TB patients who do not have any medicine. With this, the TB part, which I have left halfway yesterday, is completed. Next, I am moving to genome sequencing. GENOME, genome sequencing. Genome sequencing is nothing but coding the DNA of the human beings in a broader sense. There will be many types of human beings. Even in a country, there will be many ethnic races. Each ethnic race is different. Even by a small amount in the DNA, there will be some differences. Maybe 2 nucleotides, maybe 5 nucleotides, maybe by a gene. Likewise, if different ethnic groups are present in a country, what is their DNA? How a ethnic group can be categorically said, this is their DNA. These are the 98% of the broader characteristics of this ethnic group. Likewise, to say that, you need to sequence, that means know what are all nucleotides you have in the DNA, all 46 chromosomes. You need to see the arrangement of nucleotides in all 46 chromosomes. Then only you can say these are the characters of an ethnic group. In the world, you see, there will be many types of groups, and a project is launched by the various governments. A project is launched to study various groups, people's DNA. Now, genome sequencing, Indigen program, Indigen, is an Indian initiative. It's carried out by CSIR, Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, government organization under S&T, Science and Technology, Ministry of Science and Technology. And it has completed its mission in 6 months' time. What they have done in the 6 months? They have successfully sequenced the DNA of 1008 human beings in India. The objective of Indigen program is to undertake genome sequencing of 1008 Indian individuals representing diverse ethnic groups. The program is funded by CSIR, Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, under Ministry of Science and Technology. They have found out in the whole 55,898,122 single nucleotide variants they have seen. That means now those are the nucleotide sequencing in the whole of 46 DNA, 46 into 1008 individuals. That is the nucleotides they have seen. What is sequencing? Organisms, any organisms or any individual's total set of DNA is called a genome. That we have studied. A total genome in human beings, it is 23 pairs of chromosomes. That means 46 chromosomes is the total genome of human beings. Likewise, every organism will have a different number. Each genome has approximately, I'm talking about human beings only. Each genome has approximately 3.2 billion DNA basic pairs. I told you AT, GC, AU, adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine, A and T are linked together, G and C are linked. Each one is called a nucleotide. Such kind of nucleotides, they found 3.2 billion nucleotides will be there in 46 chromosomes DNA of a human being. This is, you can call it as total blueprint of the individual is genome sequencing. If you know what are the nucleotides arranged in what fashion, decides what will be the characters of the individuals. Phenotypic characters, that means no, phenotypic means the one you are seeing from outside. So that's called, they call it a blueprint. Any blueprint of an individual is sequencing 46 chromosomes. The nucleotide arrangement in 46 chromosomes is the blueprint of any individual, and his phenotypic expressions will be known by that. What are the objectives of this program? It creates pilot data set to enable who is carrying a genetic diseases. DNA sequencing will be different from a person who is carrying a disease. Who doesn't have a disease, it will be different. Immediately by comparing those two, they will identify who is carrying a disease. And such kind of a carrier capacity, same composition is there in a particular ethnic group, you can now infer that this particular ethnic group has got a capacity of carrying a disease, whereas now another ethnic group will not have. Likewise, that's the advantage. Then identification of populations, the difference in populations. CCMB, Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology, Hyderabad, and CSIR, Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, Institute of, they developed an Institute of Genomics and Integrative Biology is the division they have created with the combined effort. Institute of Genomics and Integrative Biology, IGAI, is the wing of CC, collective effort of collective creation of CCMB and CSIR. Whole genome sequencing of 1008 samples of Indians have shown 32% genetic variation are found to be unique when compared to the world genetic composition. That means Indian composition, there are 32% variation they have seen compared to the world genome sequencing. Human Genome Project. It's an international project established to determine DNA sequence of entire human genome. Indigen project is related to India. Human Genome Project is a world project with similar purposes. 1990 to 2003, it operated during that period. It gave nature's populations blueprint is given. It is coordinated by National Institute of Health USA and Department of Energy USA. Those two have taken this, and in a broader sense, they have already mapped or sequenced the genetic composition of various populations across the world. Genome India project, 10,000 samples. Genome India project, Human Genome Project is a world initiative. Genome India project is restricted to India only. The objective of Genome India project is to study 10,000 samples across India. 1,008 samples were studied by Indigen project. Now that is extended to 10,000 samples by Genome India project. Department of Biotechnology started this initiative in January 2020. 20 leading institutions are given this work, including Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. That's about genome sequencing. The project names you need to know. Everything, such kind of recent developments which is linked to the static information is the target for prelims. Static information will also be asked in mains. That's the only difference. Next point is CBD oil. CBD. B Bombay. CBD oil. CBD oil was recently in news because of Sushant Rajput's suicide. The CBD oil came into news once again. The CBD oil, there was a constant debate whether CBD oil use can be legalized or not. That is the issue. CBD oil comes from it is an extract of cannabis plant. Cannabis means ganjai. This is a upish kind of a plant where leaf is powdered and leaf is now taken. Then it gives you a kind of high of the mood. This is a doping substance. It's a natural dope is cannabis leaves. Same cannabis leaves you can extract oil. That oil is called CBD oil. In CBD oil, two components. In normal cannabis leaf, CBD oil can be extracted. And if you are taking leaf as it is, it will have two components which gives an intoxicating effect. Components are, one is CBD, that means cannabidiol, CANNABIDIOL. Cannabidiol, that is CBD. Along with CBD, there is another substance that is present in the cannabis leaf is delta tetrahydrocannabidiol. This is called THC, tetrahydrocannabidiol, that they have taken. Delta tetrahydrocannabidiol is another substance that is present in the cannabis leaf, which gives you intoxicated feeling, along with cannabidiol, CBD. The high feeling is coming only due to THC, the second product. That means cannabidiol is not causing any negative impact, any negative on the mood of an individual. It's not giving any impact. But whereas in combination with THC, it is giving that intoxication effect. So people, druggists, and then medical technology, people found that cannabidiol, CBD oil, can be used to treat schizophrenia, and then epilepsy. If you are using this in smaller quantities, medicinal quantities, you can use CBD oil. Though it is taken from cannabis plant, it can be used when mixed with coconut oil and then hemp seed oil. It can be used to treat schizophrenia and epileptic patients. So that's how a debate was there. You are totally avoiding cannabis, and then you are confiscating cannabis. But cannabis is CBD oil is taken, extracted from cannabis, and then that can be used for better purposes or treating patients, whether it can be allowed or not. That was the debate going on. In social circles, people represented to the government. That's how point of CBD oil was important. The next point is eGopala app. Electronic Gopala, GOPALA app. eGopala app is launched by Prime Minister recently. This is aimed to maintain comprehensive breed improvement marketplace and information related to direct use of farmers. Breeding is to be done. Gopala is basically related to cattle, or now you can relate it to feed of the cattle, and then now breeding of the cattle, the various things related to cattle. Some of the cattle which have native characters, they are on the verge of extinction. When people are not producing such breed of cattle, the good qualities of the cattle are gone. Good qualities maybe for meat, maybe for strength. In agricultural operations, you see, Ongol bull is now a wonderful breed, which now you are not seeing those many numbers as you are seeing in previous 50s. Brazil and some of the Australian countries have purchased these Prakasam district of AP bulls because of their superior qualities. They have purchased, each bull was purchased to the tune of, no, they have in 1950s, they have purchased a bull for 10 lakhs. You see, in 1950, they have purchased a bull at 10 lakh Indian rupees means, you see, now bulls are being purchased at 1 crore also. Why they are purchasing at this cost? Because of the superior qualities, they are taking the bull there, and then no, the semen of the bull will be utilized for artificial insemination. The breed is being developed. The superior qualities of the particular breed, or they are incorporating in their own breed also. A mixed breed is giving all better features which can suit well to the circumstances and requirements of the countries. Now here, this is the first digital platform for farmers managing livestock, including buying and selling of disease-free germplasm in the banks. Germplasm banks will be there, wherein the storage will be there from disease-free, superior quality germ semen is collected, and then now that is stored in germplasm bank, and farmers want to buy it or no sell it, utilize it for breeding purposes. The record will be maintained in a digital manner in eGopala app. Availability of quality breeding services like artificial insemination, first aid, and then vaccination, etc. will also be maintained digitally in the app. App also gives guidance to farmers for animal nutrition. What is to be fed to the animal? Such kind of details also will be there in the app. It is launched as part of PM Matsya Sampada Yojana, PMMSY, PM Matsya Sampada. It is increasing the, this is a program which is meant to increase the production of fish. Matsya Sampada Yojana, as a part of PM Matsya Sampada Yojana, eGopala app was launched by the PM. But eGopala app is basically meant to relate to the livestock, more particularly for germplasm banks, nutrition, and then buying and selling records. Next is Feluda, Feluda. Feluda is a character, he is a detective created by Satyajit Ray in his Bengali films. Feluda. This Feluda name is given to this particular product developed by Tata, powered by CSIR, IGIA. Powered by CSIR, I told you, IGIA also I mentioned, Institute of Genomics and Integrated Biology is IGIA. Tata scientists have developed with the help of Institute of Genomics and Integrated Biology, a product, a particular mechanism wherein you can test COVID and get result in 1 hour. It is a paper strip test. It's a low cost paper strip test developed by Tata to test whether you are COVID positive or negative. It takes only 1 hour time. It is less expensive, and the joint initiative government and Tata. So indigenously developed and Satyajit's character. So when Feluda appears, it is not Satyajit's character. It is related to science and technology innovation by Tata for COVID test. Next point is Kandhamal Haldi. Kandhamal is a place in Orissa. Haldi is nothing but your turmeric. Kandhamal Haldi. Kandhamal is in Orissa. It's a hilly area covered with forest vegetation. Hilly area with no high altitude. Kandhamal Haldi is given a GI tag. GI tag, when we were talking about intellectual property rights, I mentioned about GI tags. GI, geographically, it's a unique thing wherein now you will find only that particular thing in that geographical location. There is an organization which gives you a GI tag, and such kind of product will not be available in anywhere in the country but for the location where GI tag is given. Araku coffee, if you are getting a GI tag, and you will have to understand it's only available in the area where it is grown, that means Araku. Araku kind of a taste you will not get in any other coffee wherever it is cultivated all over the world. That is the GI tag. A uniqueness is there for that product. So the turmeric being produced by the tribal farmers in the hills of Kandhamal of Orissa is given a GI tag, and there are many medicinal values attached to this because that is grown without any fertilizers, without any pesticides, naturally grown because of the uniqueness of the areas, characters related to that area. This particular thing has gained the superiority all over the world. Haldi, when you are getting any name, when you are listening to turmeric, and then automatically that has to come to your mind, there is one GI Haldi, that is Kandhamal Haldi. Unfortunately, it's not being sold to a greater extent. We hope that in future it may be sold. Till now, the sales are not very good, but yet the quality of Kandhamal Haldi, because of this GI tagging, has remained unique. Next point is Madhuka diplostemon. It's a name of a plant. It's a flowering plant. If Madhuka, the name itself for this plant, I personally feel Madhuka is not a Greek name, it's not a Latin name. Madhuka came from Madhu, the sweetness, or the divine portion, or Madhu can be, even you can understand Madhu as a liquor. This Madhuka is otherwise called in Telugu, it's called Vippa. This is a tribal area plant tree where they collect the flowers, and then they make they mix it and they make a potion, they drink it. That was giving a lot of intoxication. Vippasarai, that's a kind of liquor they were producing out of the flowers of this Madhuka. Madhuka diplostemon is the name of a plant, belongs to family Sapotaceae. Why this is in the news recently? particularly Madhuca indica is currently it is there, but another species called Madhuca diplostemon was believed to be extinct. It was there 180 years ago. In these recent 180 years, nobody has seen a plant called Madhuca diplostemon. But very recently, only one plant, one sample is noticed in Kollam district of Kerala.
Excuse me, sir. We will join once again, sir.
Yes,
Meeting
madam.
will end. Yeah. Dear students, please join once again.